Hey, it's Kim, and I'm back to do a September plan with me today. Thank you so much for joining me on today's video. It's been a little while since I have filmed, but I'm excited to get back into it for the month of September. And if this is your first time joining me, thank you so much for joining me. All the details about my planner system and the book that I use and all of that setup stuff is all on my channel, so you can kind of peruse and go through all of that. I do have a planner playlist as well that shows you everything I'm using, the covers, the books, the systems, and all that good stuff, if you want to check that out. But of course, if you have any questions about it, feel free to leave them down below and I'll get right back to you. So to start off, as you may know if you have watched my videos, I'll be using the Sterling ink kit, and this is the subscription sticker kit. This is the one for September. So I'll be using this to set up the month, which is typically what I do. I've already opened it, of course, and looked through everything. So I'm just going to pull everything out and get all of that set up. And what else? Oh yeah, so I will just kind of take the September calendar sticker. I still don't use them, or I don't stick them to anything as of yet, but I'll park it right behind there so that I know where it is as soon as the month comes around. We're in the last full week of August, so it's definitely time for me to get started. So yes, we're in the last full week. Today is Friday and I'm filming today. So I do have a lot of things on my list for this month. This month is going to be a very, very, very busy month, which I think I'm okay with. Sometimes I feel a little overwhelmed when that kind of happens, and it just drives me crazy. But for September, it's okay, because I feel like in my last plan with me video, which was for July, I had nothing going on. And that was actually quite refreshing to have a calendar that wasn't too full and wasn't too booked up with a lot of stuff and a lot of appointments and everything. But now school is back in session, or it's about to be back in session, and we've got like fall sports starting for the kids. So there's a lot going on in the month of September. There's a wedding I'm going to. What else? Oh, I'm running a half marathon this month. So that's at the end of the month. So before that, there's like some training stuff that I have to get done, or like want to schedule into my weeks. So it's a lot going on, and that's okay. I'm kind of looking forward to it. Okay, so these are the two vellums for the month, and I'm not sure how well you can see either of those, but this one, well, that's that one on the white background, and it has mostly greens and blues in it. And then this one is very similar, but it has more of those maroon, or not sure what color I would call it, those shades in it as well. So those are the two vellums for the month, and as usual, I will use those for my notes pages anywhere throughout my setup for the whole month of September. So I'm going to get started. What I did was pull out some of these washes that I thought would be really good to go with the colors in the September kit. So a lot of times what I'll do is I'll put like, I'll make like a page of stickies. No, not a page of stickies. What I'm saying, I'll make like a page to put down all of the washi tapes and to test out some markers. But I have not done that for this month. So we're just going to kind of play it by ear and do it together. But these are the washes that I'm thinking will look really good with this. I also picked out some Tombow markers that I'm going to be using to highlight certain things. We have some of the like dark green colors that you can kind of see in the kit, and then I also added in some like a beige color and a warm gray that I'll be using as well. I didn't have any kind of marker that was similar to this burgundy type of color or maroon color. So what I'm hoping to do is use maybe these washies to help bring those colors in. I also have this washi as well, which, can you really see it? It's a little kind of like a beigey pink type of color that I think would work well with these colors as well. So first things first, I will start setting up for the month. I'll do the month overview. So this is pretty simple and pretty straightforward. I just like to plan out where I'm going to park the stickers. Where's the best place to put them. I like to, of course, do the header for the month up top if space allows. I kind of feel like I'm a little blown out. Let's see if I can fix that. Nope, worse. A little bit better. I think that's better. Now you can actually see my page and it doesn't look so washed out. So I do have space up here, those last days of August, where I can put the header for September, so I'll definitely do that there. There's not a lot of space down here in terms of the calendar boxes, but I do have this strip along the bottom. And for the past few months, I actually have not been putting much. Oh yes, I have. Here I am lying. I thought that I hadn't put much deco down there, but I'll probably do the same thing for this month. So we'll do the September header. I would like to use this, it's like an old school typewriter, which can fit there. However, it covers a lot of the 30th unless I kind of hang it off and cut the end. But do I even have anything going on the 30th? I do kind of. So I'll probably like overlap that little sticker there. I'll put this here, and using some of the stickers from the kit, let's see what I can put up there with the September label. So these are really nice, really pretty, and very cozy, is I think how I would classify them, which is how I feel September is, when you're kind of out of the heat for the most part and you're ready to get back into the cozy feelings of fall. So these are small icons, and then these are these washi strips. Yeah. Oh yeah, and then these are large. Alright, so I didn't figure out what I'm going to use up here. So I think I'm going to do my washi, because like I said, I want to bring in more of that burgundy color. So I'll do some washi up at the top. I'm leaning towards this one, which is like a greenish color. And I do want to have that burgundy in there as well, but I don't want to make the overall vibe too dark. I don't really like those two together. So maybe those two, or these two, not quite. What about that one and that one? Actually, maybe that's a strong possibility. So I'm just gonna get started and start putting some stuff down. And my guess is that my Tombow marker that I'll be using for most of the monthly stuff is probably going to be $9.92, which is, I believe it's called Sand. So it's a darker beige color. I think I'd like that. And now that I'm looking at these, I like these. I think I want to use maybe one of these stickers here. I know it's a little tough to tell since they're on the transparent paper. I'm thinking something like that, but then I won't need washi. I don't know. Let's just go for it. This washi, I do know, is from Paper Minty Studio. A lot of times I don't remember where I've gotten my different washi tapes from. I just put them down and just go for it. And then, do I want to do this one? I think I'll do this one. Alright. trying to figure out how these are going to overlap. So that one will be like there, and then the actual month header will be there. So then I do have a little bit of space maybe to put this one. Maybe I won't do it all the way across. Okay. So that's that. It looks a little brighter, a little pinker down on the paper, but I think that's fine. And then I'm going to go in with this sticker. Is that going to bother me? Let's see. I was trying to see if it'll bother me if like this overlaps the pink. Yes, it will. Am I still gonna go with it? Also leaning towards yes, I will, but no. Let's see. I'm gonna position that about there. So I'm gonna cut that there. So I'm gonna cut a little bit more of this off. And if you followed along in any of my other Plan With Me videos, I don't really plan any of this out. I just go with the flow. C'est la vie. Whatever happens, happens. I was going to cut the end of that, but I'll just let it kind of curve to there. Alright, and then I'll do the September header right there. I kind of feel like it needs something more, but we'll see. We'll just see how all of this evolves. And this is a little tricky since it's a longer sticker. It's a little tricky to get it laid down without any wrinkles or anything. And we did it. Alright, so that's what we're going to go with for the top. I am still going to stick to this old school typewriter for the bottom. And what else though? Will I bring in some washi? Was that too much? Repeat this washi. Maybe I'll bring in the darker. I would hate to do those two washis there and then completely different washis down at the bottom. Like not tying in all of the washi colors. Or should I do one of these down at the bottom? I think I'm leaning towards one of these on top of a washi. And just for continuity's sake. Now I feel like I do want some green. And I almost wish I had put some green up here somehow, some way. Of course I can always just put a blob of green washi there. Okay, this is gonna drive me a little bit bananas. Just a little bit. Until I figure out exactly how I want to do this. So this is all one sticker, but it's actually really good because from here to here it spans like the whole size of this cut down piece of paper. So I don't want to cut that. I feel like that would be a waste almost, because I could use that hole just fine. So what if I do... No, I feel like I won't like that. But I really like this washi with this. Alright, I'm just going to do it and then we'll see. And of course, where's my little... Here it is. Okay. And I do like this, and like I said, I'm just going to cut the ends of the sticker off once I put it down, but I feel like I need something else. Should I repeat that? I think that's going to bother me. Should I repeat this? How's about we do like this? Just rip this in half so there's not too much of this washi, but it's still repeating from up above. I don't hate it. Don't love it, but I don't hate it. So we'll leave that like that, and I will save this piece of washi to use later maybe. Stick that down and take my scissors to cut off the excess. Oops. Okay. So that looks really good to me, at least. And we'll do a little bit more to bring in the other colors. I really love this little terrarium. I'm into plants. If you didn't know, I do have a ton of plants. I actually have a plant tour video. And, well, a couple of plant tour videos, but I did a recent one. So you can check that out if you're interested. It is on my channel. I'll be doing more updated plant videos, actually, because I promised to put together some collection videos. So I'll be doing that as well. So for the days where I know I have something going on and I don't really need to write down anything else, I am going to use these stickers that cover most of the box. So this is one, but I'm not feeling that one. I like this one because it has a lot more of the pinky burgundy color in it. And it ties it over onto this page since I didn't add any of that washi there. So that's that. Alright, cool. And now I had not decided what I'll use, like any icons or anything. The icons in this kit are pretty large, so there's not really anything I could use for small ones unless there are small ones that go with the days of the week. Here they are. Okay, so like these, they're small circles. No, I don't think I want to use that for that. I'll use those during the weeks for appointments and things. So, alright, take it from the top. I have a list of things that I have going on for September, and this list is very messy. Things are not in date order, so it's highly plausible that I will forget to add certain things on here. I do know that that is Labor Day, which I have this little sticker, holiday sticker from the planner spot. This, on the 6th, is actually my husband's birthday, so that deserves a very special sticker. And in that case, I would prefer something more green. That one's kind of nice. I want to do that, or do I want to do something like this, where we can kind of still write on that? Let's do this one. So I can still kind of write on this day. But I'm using the larger sticker to denote it's a special day. So that's that. We have quite a few appointments this entire week. Oh boy. So I think I'll use marker to denote those appointments. And instead of using stickers. Like here I use stickers, like the larger icons, but since this is a busy month, I feel like that's just gonna look way too full. So I think I might just go in with the 992 and use it to like dot a few things. So on the first, I have 3 things going on. That just sounds ridiculous to me. Okay, so that's 1. The dots are very messy. 3. Don't know if you can see that. So I just dotted them, and I'll write what they are on the 7th. Yep, I do have 1. And again, I'll do the same thing. Just a dot. I don't know. I may hate the dots, but we're just going to go with it because I want to just mark down the days that I have things going on. Oh, the 6th. School starts also that day. So that's my husband's birthday and school starts. 7th we did. 24th we did. Oh, the 10th is something. So as usual, I will put like stickers down. I won't necessarily write everything in right now. I'll probably go back and do that, and then, you know, before the end of this video, and then just show you what it looks like after I've done all of that. Maybe I'll use this larger sticker. That's that for the 10th. 17th, I think, just requires something like that. And then there's no school on this day. I believe it's Rosh Hashanah, maybe? Can't recall. That. And there's a reminder I need to do by this date. So I use this darker sticker to remind myself to do that. Alright. 9:29. I got something else going on. And then, oh shoot, I have 2 things on the 29th. One is in the night, one is in the morning, and then I have something on the 12th. The 1st, I said that. The 19th is something. And the 28th. Oh yeah. 19th is, yeah. And then the 28th is like an all-day thing. And I still feel like I'm missing something. I do want to do a reminder for myself on the 2nd. So I'll just use a sticker. I don't want to use a yellow sticker. Let's use a little camera. Okay. So, alright, so all the stickers are laid out for the monthly overview, and I believe this is how I'm going to leave it. I will likely add more of these decorative stickers maybe on days where I don't have things, to just kind of fill it in and make it a little bit prettier. I'm using the tan marker for the month, which is fine, but I do feel like maybe A lot of times what I'll do is use a coordinating fountain pen with some kind of color ink when I go in and I write down little things or little reminders. So I may do that, and I can actually use my green ink for that. I think I would love it. Okay, so that's what I'll do. So the month is laid out, and then this is the current week. I'm not going to do the weeklies just yet, partly because I haven't figured out if I'm going to do it in a way like this is half August, half September. So I'm thinking I'm still going to use the August kit for this week, and then 1, 2, 3, 4 for the next 4 weeks I'll use the September kit. And I've previously stated I actually don't set up all of my weeks beforehand. I might do 1 or 2 weeks during this monthly setup. So I think that's exactly what I'm going to do, since it is the end of this week. I'll be setting up this week soon, and then I'll probably go in and do the next week. But I have a video coming up the following week after this one goes live. I'm going to do a flip through of all of my August. So in that video I'll give you a peek of how I do set up the first week of September. So you'll be able to see that there. So now that I've done the basic layout for September, I'm going to move on to set up the, what do I call it, my collection pages for September. And that is where I'll use this September calendar that comes in the kit, and I'll plot out my tracker, my 1 line a day, and my task list for the month of September. So I'll get started on that right now. I adjusted the lighting once again, so I'm hoping that works well so that you can kind of see all of what's going on here. So I'm going to get started setting up the September collection pages as I mentioned. And first I'm going to white out this. So I already whited out up until there, and normally I use one of the less expensive whiteouts, but this is the one that I have right now, so I'll just use this one. And this side is going to be my 1 line a day, and I normally do put a header up at the top, but I'm still going to white this out for the most part so that that's just not in the way of what I have planned for these pages. And I'll do the same thing here. Oh no. And over here, and this is going to be where the 1st of September starts. Alright, so those are the only ones I'll white out at the moment. And as you can see, as I mentioned in previous videos, if you don't know, I just use these back pages as a notebook, not as dated pages. And as you can tell, this was the first, what was it? Oh, this was the beginning of August. So apparently I am about a month behind in terms of usage of the pages. So that's fine. That's where I'm starting. And I'll wait to tip this in. I will also wait for those sirens to pass. Hold on. Now they stop. Okay, anyway. So I will wait to tip this in until I draw out my tracker. So I will speed through this while I draw that out. And I always have to refer back to previous ones just to see where everything should be placed. I think I'll use this one. September has 30 days. Let's see, what else? I should have this memorized, or at least you would think I would after 9 months of writing this out, but apparently not. But anyway, how's everyone doing? How's it going? It's been a little while since I kind of got on here to do a video and to talk about anything. So it looks like I could have stretched this out even further, but I didn't. Oh well. So I do have a video coming up where I'm gonna kind of talk about what's going on in my planning system, what's going on with my productivity and life in general. So that should be coming up, I think, in about two weeks from when this one goes live. So I'm going to go into a little bit more about that. But I know I mentioned how September is busy, and that's something I'm going to need to adjust to and kind of get used to. But I'm a little bit excited about the fact that it is busy for this month. Excited in that, I don't know, it just feels like I can get back into a routine, or feels like some type of normalcy, if that's a good way to explain it. I'm not sure if it is. So how have you guys been doing? Let me know down in the comments. Do you have anything interesting, exciting going on in your lives at the moment? That would be cool. So yeah, we have school starting, and then there's like fall sports that are starting up as well, that we've already started like with practices and things for. So we've been getting up early, moving around earlier than I would like to already. So I kind of feel like summer's over. Summer break has ended, kind of. So we're kind of branching into what it's going to be like, or what the school year is going to bring. And since I work from home, nothing really changes, you know, it's not that drastic or anything, but my morning routine definitely does change. So my morning routine is completely different while, you know, I'm at home working. So that is something I'm going to need to adjust to, or yeah, make adjustments to. So since I'll have to wake up a little bit earlier, and it's not even really me waking up earlier, it's just me getting my kids up and moving around earlier. So since that's going to happen, I'm going to have to shift a little bit with the things that I like to do in the mornings, like journaling or reading my Bible, things like that. Even working out. Over the summer, I've been working out a little bit later than I usually would, which is nice to not feel like as soon as I wake up, you know, I'm going straight downstairs to the gym to start working out. So it's nice to have that little bit of a break. But now that the school year is about to commence, that's gonna have to change. I'm gonna have to go back to the way it was when school was in session. So back to those morning workouts, back to waking up early, and that's fine. Like I said, I do like routine. I am a person who kind of craves routine. Sometimes I like to take a bit of a break from that structure, but at the same time, I like to have it in my life. So a lot of times I like to use one of these larger stickers down here at the bottom, and I think I'm going to do this one. So I'll put this one down before I tip in the calendar, and then I'll decide how I want the title to be right under here. Normally it's just me writing with a Tombow, just writing one line a day or writing tracker, but I need to decide what color I want to use here. I feel like, and these are all of my swatches for my Tombows, I feel like the way I have it on the monthly is a little bit, I'm not liking the tan or sand color as much as I thought I would. So maybe I want something that stands out a bit more. And I feel like I always use 228, which is that gray green. So maybe I want to take a break from that. Then I have this warm gray, which is really nice too. And then this darker green. The darker green might be a little too dark for my liking. A little too green. I think I'm going to go with this one. And this is in 79. It's warm gray. I'm not sure which warm gray, like which number. But yeah, that's the one I'm going to go with for there. I am going to put some washi or something down here. So I think what I'm going to do is use this, what is that darker? Oh, this darker green one. I like this. It's like a grayish kind of green. I'll use this. in conjunction with, oh, well, these are both grids. I don't want to do, well, I could do 2 grids. Why not? I could do both of these grids. And this is typically what I will use to cover up this writing down here at the bottom that is in Japanese that I don't understand anyway. So I'll use that to cover that up. Oh, and if there are any other Hobonichi lovers, did you hear that they're coming out with an English Hobonichi cousin, which is going to be pretty cool. So instead of having all of the quotes and everything and the months and days all in Japanese, everything's going to be all in English. And I have to admit, since I use this just as a notebook and I cut it down, it would be nice if they just got rid of all of this in general, like all of the quote sections, because I don't really need it, and I don't think a lot of people do. I don't think a lot of people are super into it. So it would be nice if they just got rid of it altogether, but beggars can't be choosers. So it's a good thing that I guess the holidays will be written out in English. And yeah, so that's interesting. That's something I'm looking forward to. I'm already thinking about what I'm going to be using for next year, like what systems and all that. And I'm going to likely stick with the same thing. I'm going to do a video about that as well, talking about what my plans are going to be. There's so much noise outside my window. But talking about what my plans are going to be for this coming year. That might be a nice sticker. I kind of want more color. I'm trying to think of something to maybe hide a little bit of that print that you can see underneath this beige washi. But for the time being, I will leave that. And put my title there. And then I'll put my 1 line a day title up there. Do I really need a title? I don't need a title. And sometimes I kind of switch it up if I'm feeling like it. I may not put a title. I might put a title. I might call it 1 line a day. I might just say 1 line, or we will see. I'm not the best at hand lettering, or at least it doesn't look like, you know, the really pretty calligraphy. So maybe I won't try it, because after I do try it, then I'm going to be like, oh, I don't like that. So maybe I'll just avoid that disappointment and not attempt to hand letter up there in a nice calligraphy or font. I'll just take that down. And then use this. And hopefully it's a little bit crooked. Not the worst, not the best, but it's fine. So that's fine. And then I'll use my little page flag, and this is how I mark off what month I'm in, so I can easily flip to the months. So I'll just kind of line this up, and I feel like I'm not going to get it perfect because of the angle that I'm sitting at, but that works well enough for me for right now. So this is the basis of my September 1 line a day. I do want to write a title, and I actually think I'm going to go with the tan to do the title, even though I said I don't want to use a tan or sand. Yeah. Okay. Also, I am left-handed, obviously, so I don't necessarily find using these types of markers to do any type of calligraphy very easy because I'm left-handed. So it would be easier if you did like swoops and swirls with the right hand. So maybe that has a lot to do with the fact that I don't love when I try and do it myself. So that's fine. We're going to leave it just like that. I think I am going to add something somewhere, just not yet. I don't like to do it all at once sometimes if I don't have like the immediate idea to do it, because then I tend to add too much clutter to the page, and I do not want to do that. I want to use this. So I did cut this part up to use a portion of it as stickers over on the monthly. So I'm just going to use the rest of this like washi strip over here. And hopefully line it up well. Oh, well enough. And that is well enough. And I'm going to use my September title there. And this is where I would refer to my goals that I have listed out for myself, like if there are any projects that I want to work on or any things that I want to make sure that I work on for the month. This is where I will put them on this task list here. So that's fine. Now I'll just do a few little bullets, and when I'm ready to look over my goals and look over the projects that I have over in my companion planner, and I do have a video on that, I'll come in here and I'll write out the things that I want to get done for this month, as well as switch over anything that I didn't complete for the month of August, which is a lot. We're not even going to get to it. There are a few things I need to check off, but honestly, I didn't do a lot on that. So we'll see what gets transferred over to this list, and then what I'll bring from my goals and projects that I have listed in my companion planner. And I am going to do an updated video all about how I do all of that. So how I sit down at the beginning of a month and figure out what goes on which list. So that will be coming soon enough. So like I said, the 1st of September is going to start here. And what is the 1st of September? It is a Thursday. So I'll use these stickers and then just title for this first day. Of September. And even though this is the last full week of August and we're not quite at September yet, I of course saved myself a few empty pages or blank pages so that I'd be able to finish up August on these pages, and then I can jump right into September when the time comes. So let's take it from the top, and I'm going to show you what the monthly calendar looks like, and then we'll flip back through the collection pages for September. So here is what the monthly calendar looks like. Let's do it a bit. So there you go. This is what the monthly calendar looks like. I did write in a few appointments and a few items. There are some other things that I do still need to write in, and I haven't, and I added a bit of deco here and there. But I'm liking it so far. I do feel like something's not working for me, and it might be this washi tape. This pinkish color washi tape. Not sure. I prefer like the darker colors where I have like the green down here. So I'm not changing that, but we'll see what happens. And I added like Labor Day and the first day of fall here using the Tombow 228, which I believe is called Gray Green or Green Gray, something like that. So my general overview for the month of September is here, and it's ready. And then going to the collection pages for September. So we start here with my tracker over on the left, and this is where I like to track daily habits or things that I want to make sure I incorporate into my life daily. So I'm tracking whether I did my devotional, whether I took my vitamins, if I hydrated enough, whether I worked out, whether I worked on mobility in those workouts, my 5-year, which is my 5-year journal that we have. So I don't update my 5-year journal daily. But if there's a day where I know I'm going to want to add something to it, and it's a journal for the whole family, so if there's a day I know I'm going to want to add something to it, I'll mark it off here so that when I go back, let's say at the end of September, and I need to update the 5-year family journal, I can look here and see which days I need to update, and then I might get a clue as to what I'm writing based on my 1 line a day, or I can flip to wherever we are, that daily page for that day, and that'll give me an indication of what I need to write. And I also like to track which days I'm journaling, and this is primarily because I kind of fell off from journaling every single day. I don't want to say fell off, I just switched from journaling every single day. So I wanted to re-establish that habit, so tracking it here helps me to do that. And also with reading, I do like to track what days I read, because I put that in my reading journal, on which I have a separate video if you're interested. So I do track which days I read there. And then down at the bottom, I do have a line to indicate if I had a migraine that day. Also, more so if I needed to take migraine medicine on that day, the day of my cycle, sleep hours, which all affects whether or not I got a migraine. I do track my weight for the most part, kind of. I don't do that religiously, but sometimes I like to see during the cycle when it fluctuates and if it fluctuates, because I do have some, well, I did have some digestive issues, so I like to track that. And my energy level. So all of this kind of actually does go along with my cycle, and if there are going to be migraines and all that stuff. I just like to stay ahead of it. I like to know what's going on. And then, like I said, this is my 1 line a day. And at the end of each day, sometimes I might be 2 or 3 days behind, but I'll go back and I'll just write something memorable from that day. It doesn't always have to be something good. Doesn't always have to be something sad. It could just be, you know, today was a chill day. That could be the extent of it. But I like to track something for each day, just to be mindful of what's going on that day. And I already explained how I fill in the task list. And this is where Thursday, September 1st will begin. And that pretty much wraps up all of my September plan with me. Thank you so much for watching today's video. And like I said, if you have any questions on anything I've shown, anything I've talked about, feel free to leave it down below. Also, don't forget to check out my planner playlist if you have any questions about my system, what this setup even is, what's going on, all the other planners that I might have mentioned, like my companion planner, my reading journal, journaling in general. If you have any questions, I do have videos on those as well. Thank you so much for watching today's video, and I'll see you in the next one.